Guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. So in this video I will be showing you and guiding you through this Atomi dual lens dash cam which I just recently installed in my car right now, and I got this from Costco at a price of $100 only. And at this price it's a really amazing dash cam, and I will tell you its features first. So this has dual lens capability. So this is the rear camera facing the cabin, and the front camera, which is on the behind of this camera, is called the front camera, which is used for main purpose of the dash cam recording when you are driving on the roads or highways. So the camera quality is, the front camera, which is on facing the windshield, is 4K capable, which can record 4K videos up to 30 frames per second, and the rear cabin camera can record highest of 1080p videos at 30 frames per second. So if you want to use the 4K 30 fps, then only the front camera will work, which is facing the windshield. But if you want to use both the cameras, so you need to adjust the settings. So it has three options. So either you use 4K 25 fps and full HD 1080p at 25 fps, or you can use 2K 30 fps in both front and 1080p 30 fps on the rear. And either you can use the 1080p 30 fps front and 1080p 30 fps inside. So these are the camera settings which you will have to adjust when you set up the device. So we set up the device. So I'll show you my setup first. So this is the power cord which is here connecting to the dashcam unit. So this is a Type-C port, and this cable now run along this. So I have just hidden my cable through this patch here, and I just put some cello tape here so that it stays within its place, and then my cable is running from there. And this little thing, when I was doing the unboxing, so I was not sure what is this for. So this is actually the GPS tracker or GPS unit, which is included in this cable only, and it stays here. So you have to keep this thing in mind, that this surface should face upwards, which is written GPS over here. And then my cable comes from there, and then I put the cable down, and then I hide the cable within this space. And my car charger has this 12-watt socket within this handrest, so I have hidden this thing here. So my cable is all neat and clean. So that's the best way I could have done this thing in my car. So when we done the setting, so now let's understand the functionality of this Atomi dashcam now. So here you will see few options. This is the power button, the OK, back, menu, and the right, and these buttons are below to this. So when you will see the first thing, so in this 1.5-inch display you can see many things. That here is the mic, the G sensor is working, and it has the battery, inbuilt battery also, which will be used while your car is supposed to park and suddenly it gets hit by something. I just pray that it does not happen to anyone, but if it happens during parking also, so it has a little battery capacity which will keep the file record saved and it will not be erased. So for that only purpose, emergency purpose only, if your car is not directly powered to your car's battery, sorry, the dashcam is not powered to your car's battery, so that little battery thing can be used, or it will use its capacity to record that file during a emergency collapse or a collision when your car is at park location. So after this, let me focus it again. Here is, you can see the recording, and this satellite button is for the GPS connectivity. And here I have set its recording resolution to Ultra HD 25 frames per second for the front, and Full HD 25 frames per second for the inside cabin camera. And over there it's showing 3, 10, 18. I'm not sure what is this for, but here now you can see IR, so it's for set on IR, auto IR. Then its battery is also charging. Then SD card slot. Here you can see the time and date. So date is June 25th, today's date, and time is 6:28 p.m. Now for setting purpose, so right now you can see the dashcam view. So it's showing the back camera and the front cabin camera as well. Sorry, the cabin camera is the rear camera, and the front camera is, which is outside. If you want to change the view on this, so you have to press just left button. So now you are seeing full screen, thus inside camera. And if you press that button again, you see full screen, the rear camera. And again if you press it, So the view is now picture in picture. Both cameras are working now. Okay, so now this is not recording. So how do we identify it's recording or not? You have to just press the OK button. So just to focus on the screen, you will see a difference now. When you press OK, so this red button over here, red dot over here, you can see now it's flashing, blinking on, off, on, off. So when the red dot is blinking, that means your camera is now in record mode. So when you turn on your car or off your car, automatically this setting will be saved, and after you turn on your car, it will start recording the video automatically, and when you turn off, the recording will automatically stop. Now if you want to use the menu functions, what you have to do is just press this OK button once again, and you will see the flashing red bubble will go away. Okay, now the flashing red bubble has gone. You can use its interface. It took me quite a while, quite a long time to understand how I can operate this menu over here. So you need to have these booklets which comes inside the packaging, this connection guide and this installation guide. So make sure you read them before installing. That's really necessary. So when you are in normal mode, that means it's not now recording. You can click the menu button here and you can see its settings. So first thing is the resolution. So if you click on OK here, so these are the options available. So right now I have set it to Ultra HD 25 frame per second for the front, this one, and for the rear one it's Full HD 25 frame per second. So this is my setting right now. So if you want to come back, so just press the menu button again. Then next is the, sorry, it's not focusing. Okay, let me just go that side. Okay, loop recording. So loop recording means when your camera is recording, so how many minutes of recording do you want to have with this? So I have set it for 3 minutes. So if I press OK here, you can see I have set it for 3 minutes. So 3-minute file is really good, because 1-minute file it keeps on accumulating. So that's a really big file. So 3 minutes is good. I'll press menu button, that will take me back. Then it's WDR. WDR stands for wide dynamic range. So that means when you're driving on a road, so due to the harsh lighting conditions, your video will be automatically adjusted to the best resolution. So next is G sensor. So G sensor is when your car suddenly receives a shock or sudden shaking, so it will automatically sense, and that the file which is currently at that time was being recorded will be automatically saved. So the sensitivity of the G sensor we can also adjust here. So we can adjust it from off, we can just turn it off also, we can set it for low, medium or high. So default setting was on medium, so I have kept for that. Then if we go next is the parking guard. So parking guard is basically you need to have a direct battery connection, direct supply from the car's battery to this dashcam, when the dashcam will be continuously monitoring or recording your car 24 hours. So you need to have direct connection, then only you can turn it on, otherwise keep it off. Then the next is exposure. Okay, record audio. You can also turn off the recording audio also, because there's a little mic over here. Let me focus it, sorry. Okay, focus. All right, so there is the mic. Now you can see the white LED also, the bluish LED also over here. So that's the mic. So if you want to pause the audio recording, you can do it. Like I'll show you here, you can turn it off or on anytime, and there's a shortcut also. I'll show you again in a couple of minutes. And the next is date stamp. So do you want to have date stamp on your video files or not? So I have set it for on. Yes, I want to have date stamps, and this way this all settings are done. If you click menu button again, so just give me, okay, now it's recording. I have to do the same steps. I will press OK, the red bubble will disappear. I'll press menu once and the second. So now I am in the second tab. So if you want to connect this dash cam to your hotspot, I mean there's an app for this Atomi Dashcam app is also there on Play Store and App Store. So you download it, and then you can connect your phone mobile phone app with the dashcam, and then you can see the settings also in your phone as well. So for that you have to turn on the Wi-Fi first. Then for the date and time setting, so you can adjust date and time settings from here. So currently it's set on this default mode. Then screensaver, so how many time or how many minutes do you want your, okay, let me just go again, it came out. Okay, so screensaver means how many minutes of screen on time you want to give to this screen. So I have set it for 1 minute only. I'll go back. Then next is the beep sound. This beep sound you are hearing, you can turn it off or on. The language you can select from multiple languages. Infrared light, so when the dark condition will be there, so it will automatically switch to IR light, because here you see these are the infrared lights. Also the front side, means the windshield side, also has the IR lighting. So it has been set on auto. When the outside lighting conditions will be low, it will automatically switch to the infrared lighting. So that's really necessary. Make sure you have turned it on or kept it on auto. After this, next is the frequency. I don't know why is for that, and the format button. So make sure you format your memory card, which is over here. Okay, let me focus it. Yeah, so make sure you format your memory card before setting up the dash cam on your car. So that's really necessary. It was given in the instruction manual also. I have followed that. So that's the format option, and then default setting also you can put. And if you want to contact the Atomy customer service, there's an option here, password security, version information and all. So these are the all basic settings you will find out in this little unit of the Atomy dashcam. And I think this video has gone a little long, so I'm sorry for that, but these are all the settings you need to have adjusted before you are using this Atomy dashcam device. And that's this device is really good. When I saw the video quality from this device, it was really amazing, and I was really surprised that for $100 only it was giving a really good field of view, plus a really good field of quality of video also, and audio quality was also really good. So I'll give you now shortcut buttons. So this button, if you press, as I have already told you, so this is the rear, I mean this inside camera, cabin camera, and the field of view is really large. Let me zoom in, and now you can see, okay, sorry, my phone is a little bit shaky, but the whole car inside is clearly visible in this. So when you will see it on a big screen after you take out your memory card, this video quality is gonna be really amazing. I have checked this out, so I'm just telling you. I'll try to add those clips in my video also later in the part, or I'll make a dedicated video for the video quality from the rear camera as well as the front camera also. So if you press that button again, you will see the outside view field of view. So that's really wide. If I show you where I am standing right now, and this is the field of view my camera is now capturing, so that's also really amazing. And if I click that again, it comes again in the picture-in-picture mode. All right, and to connect this Atomy dash cam to your mobile app, when you want to connect it through Wi-Fi, because that gives Wi-Fi transmission, so you need to go turn on the Wi-Fi settings from this dash cam first. So either you can go to the menu and then search for it, or there's a shortcut way. Press and hold this right arrow button for 3 to 4 seconds, and that will enter into the Wi-Fi mode. So every Wi-Fi, every Atomy device has a different Wi-Fi setting. So this way you can go and turn on your Wi-Fi from the Atomy and then connect to your app also. I'll make a dedicated video on the app as well. And this way we complete. Okay, let me just turn it off. All right, this way we complete all the settings and instructions, which were important settings which are needed to be set up before we try to use this Atomy dashcam for the first time. So I have made this video with lot of efforts, and if you really enjoyed the video and if it was helpful and informative for you in any sense, kindly like, share and subscribe to my channel, and do let me know in the comment section if you have any questions. I'll try to answer those in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching till here. Have a nice day. Bye bye.